All right, hope you guys can hear me and see me okay. Let me know. My name is Aditi. I am a digital marketing strategist and leadership coach. And today we're doing a class all about live streaming. Today's class is live streaming for newbies. So whether you've never live streamed before or you've dabbled in it a little bit, you're going to be sure to get value from today, because I'm going to be talking about pro tips as well as just getting started tips. So it's going to be a mix and something for everyone to walk away with. All right, so first I'm going to share my screen because I have a couple slides that's going to help me walk you through each part. You guys can feel free to leave a comment inside of the Zoom chat as well as under the Facebook video. It would be great if you did on the original video, which is on my business page, okay? So let me share my screen so y'all can vibe with me here. All right, let's get this party started. All right, so today's class, as you guys can see here, is all about live streaming for newbies. So this is for creators. Creator is anyone who creates content, no matter what it's for bloggers, for business owners, and more. For coaches, healers, this works for pretty much all kinds of brands and businesses. All right. So let's get started. Live stream for newbies. All right, so today's class, we're gonna be talking about the tools and strategies that can allow anyone to become a live stream pro. So even if, again, you've never done this ever again before in your life, I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is, as well as help you guys feel more comfortable with it, because I know it can be intimidating, I know it can be different. It's almost like learning a little bit of a new language, but I promise you the learning curve isn't that huge to get started. All right, so I'm also going to talk about the #1 reason live streamers fail to gain traction and how you can set up your channel correctly so you can meet your goals. All right, and then this one is my favorite, the pro strategy to be confident and camera ready in less than 10 minutes. The reason why this one is so important is because I've seen that when people start getting into live stream, even if they've already done a first week of it, etc., as they keep getting into it, they start hitting some resistance. And some of that resistance has to do with getting on live. So that's why I came up with this no hassle, 10-minute ready to go, so you guys can feel more comfortable with going live rather than freaking out about it. Because what happens is, because this can be a very uncomfortable thing to start with, it kind of triggers your fight and flight response, and you might freak out a little bit, and that's totally okay, and it's totally normal. So we're going to walk through how to make this easier for you. All right, so first I would love to know, have you live streamed before? Type yes or no in the comments. You can put this wherever you're watching this from, whether it's on Facebook or whether it's on Zoom, and I will see your comments. Yes, so I see a yes. And if you are a yes, tell me how long you've been live streaming for. Someone said not alone. Sandra, what does not alone mean, just so I know? 1 year of live streaming. Okay, cool. And let me open up the video on Facebook so I can see if people are commenting there as well. Okay, I see 4 comments. And if you are a yes, tell me. Okay, yes. Ed said, I was afraid back in the day, but now I'm loving it. Love that. Awesome. All right, cool. So we have a few people who have already gotten into live stream. So actually, since you guys are new, I would love to know what got you to tune into today's class. I have not gone live on my own. I have been a guest with someone else. Amazing. Awesome. Love that. All right, let's see if I can keep this chat box open while I'm also teaching. If not, I'll just go back into it afterwards. All right. All right, so these are the kind of questions that people have been asking me. So I wanted to put it out here so you guys can see. And also, if you come up with more, be sure to put them in the comments. I'm going to be taking breaks in between to answer the questions. All right. Oh, Sandra was invited by Regina. Awesome. To get more nuggets to make my numbers and engagement grow. I love that. And Regina, I have been seeing you live stream. So awesome. So glad that you're getting on a strategy. So here's a couple questions that people have been asking me, and it's in the presentation where I answer them. How do I answer questions and teach at the same time, AKA live stream at the same time? When is the best time to go live? What platform should I use to go live? What are some good tools for live streaming? How do I deal with trolls? Should I pre-write my content or bullet point it? And if I forget to answer any of these questions, you guys can keep me accountable and put it in the comments, and I will be sure to answer them. All right? All right, so what is live stream? Let's start at the very basic level. What is live stream? What does it even mean? So this is my personal definition that I came up with based on my understanding of it. All right, so live stream is essentially a media tool. It is a media tool. And this clicked for me earlier this week as I was putting together the presentation. It really is a media tool, all right, to broadcast video in real time to an online audience. So you'll see, you'll have a video that's broadcasting in that exact time. Anyone can watch you in that same moment from anywhere around the world. So right now I am live streaming this presentation onto Facebook. So this is a live stream that is kind of a presentation live stream. So it's a little more formal, but in general, live stream essentially can be used in many different ways. Companies use it in many different ways. Companies use it to live stream even a sports event or a certain show that's coming on. People use it to share stories. People use it to share an event or strategies on how to do something. It can be used in so many beautiful, wonderful ways. And what I love about it is there is no specific rules on how to do it. So you can be creative with it, which is super fun. But in terms of rules, there are some things you can say that maybe are like etiquette or best practices, and that's what I'm going to dive into today. You just learned how to do that. It's so cool. Awesome. All right, so why am I passionate about live stream? Let me guys tell you, when I first started my business, I literally had no money. I only had enough money for January's rent, didn't have any money for February. And live stream was this free tool that was in front of me, and I was intuitively guided to kind of move towards it. I knew it was a new thing, but for some reason, it's like my body just was like, you have to live stream and you have to tell all your clients to live stream. And at that time, I didn't even know the power of it at that moment. But I started to understand why, because I started getting my own results that really got me passionate about it. So when I literally had no real circle or community of people who are interested in learning marketing, for me specifically, or being in my community, live stream was a free tool that I used to build and grow my brand and my business. So I literally started from zero, and I started just turning on that camera and hopping on and teaching, sharing my expertise, sharing valuable knowledge, whatever it is that was coming up for me that day. So I saw people, I saw influencers, I saw other people making money on live stream, you know, and building like a great, amazing, engaged community of people who were interested in that same topic. So I was like, wow, this seems really powerful. So as I got into it, you know, I started live streaming every day. I was doing all of that. And then I started selling. I started selling my first product. And this was like a pivotal moment for me because it really showed me the power of what's possible. And I remember that someone who was a stranger at the time came onto my broadcast, loved what I was teaching, hung out for like the full 30 minutes at that point, and was really engaging. And I offered a product for sale, for pre-sale at the time, and I gave out the link to everybody. Now, this was the first time I had ever done this, and I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but other people are doing it, so I wanna give it a try. You know, let's try something before I rule it out. So I went ahead and did it, And someone bought a product of mine for $79, a product that was brand new. I hadn't even created yet because I was pre-selling it, right? Because I wanted to see if people would even bite. Was this something that people needed and wanted? It was a semi-test, semi for real, semi let's see if this works. And I got a PayPal notification 10 minutes after I got off my broadcast. And I was like, whoa, someone just sent me $79 for a product that I'm excited about creating and delivering to them. And wow, I didn't realize that I could sell something and make money off of really creating things that I love. And that's what Livestream allows you to do. Livestream is so, so powerful. And then 2 weeks later, that same exact person bought close to about a $2,000 coaching package with me. I think it was about $1,895, something like that. But I'll say approximately $2,000. All right. And that blew my mind. I was like, yo, this is crazy. All these things that people are talking about and my gut feeling about Livestream is true. And that's when I really became passionate about it. I was like, wow, like this is a really great free tool, right? Remember, I didn't have any money. I taught with Livestream. I shared content with Livestream. I, enrolled people in my course with Livestream. And I was able to pay my rent that next month. Whoa, daddy. It was amazing. And that's when I knew the power of Livestream. All right. So here's a little bit more detail. I'm Aditi. I've been live streaming for over 2 years and I've been creating videos for over 4 years. So before Livestream, I was doing the whole YouTube thing and I still am. YouTube is awesome. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm an intuitive digital marketing strategist and leadership coach. So another reason why I'm really passionate about Livestream is because it's been a significant part of my business. So Livestream has accounted for about 20 to 44% of my revenue. And the reason it's a range is because it depends which time period you're looking at, whether it's my last year in business, this year in business, etc. It ranges. But last year was about 44 for last year's revenue coming from Livestream. And that's when I was like, yeah, there's like something to this. All right. And then not only from that, what's amazing is once people are in your community, they're likely to buy from you again and purchase from you again, because likely you're able to help them up to a certain point. But then when they're ready to get to the next level, they'll hire you again because they already have been working with you. They trust you. They like you, all of that good stuff. All right, so with Livestream, I have sold my products to strangers, as I just told you the story. I sold spots to my courses. Like at that point, my course was about $500 for Get Seen, Get Paid, which is still one of my signature marketing courses. And I was like, wow, people are literally signing up for a $500 course from just coming to these free videos that I'm doing. Right? The power of Livestream again. And I'll get into why people are ready to buy from you from watching you on Livestream. I've been able to grow my brand. I've been able to develop amazing relationships. I also made great partnerships and collaborations. In fact, some people who are watching this broadcast right now, I actually might have met you on Livestream too. So go ahead and put a comment if I did meet you on Livestream to show you the power of that. All right. So who is Livestream for? Livestream is for business owners. Absolutely. Bloggers, creators, brands, coaches, etc. Okay. Some of you might ask, what's the difference between brand and a business owner? Some brands might have like more of a blogging aspect, or maybe they're building up awareness right now, but they aren't actually running a business yet because they aren't bringing in revenue. All right, so that's why I have brands there as well. Regina said, I love that course. It got me started. Oh, there we go. There's one person right here. Regina said, yes, we did meet on Livestream. There is one person right here in the audience who met me on Livestream, who we met on Livestream. All right, so why should you add Livestream to your marketing? You should add it to your marketing because it's going to allow you to create some amazing brand awareness for your company. more people are going to know that you exist because of your live streaming. It's an amazing credibility builder because you're showing up and you're teaching on expert topics that you already know a lot about. So you start to look and position yourself as an expert in front of everybody, in front of the Facebook world, online world. It creates the human factor. When people are purchasing from just kind of a brick and mortar business or an online business where they haven't really been able to see who's behind the company, it kind of creates a bit of a distance or a disconnect. I actually just wrote about the human factor in my recent Forbes article. You guys can check that out. All right, I talk about having that human factor because people want to interact with people. People want to buy from people, right? Simon Sinek says people buy based on you, not based on the product. They buy from you because of your why. They buy from you because of your passion. They see that. And Livestream allows you to really communicate that, communicate your passion, communicate your knowledge, communicate your value. And it gives an opportunity for people to fall in love with you. Or on the other end, keep it moving, right, to the next person. So that's why I said it allows likability. There's a book called Like Economics, and that book is all about the fact that businesses literally people buy from people that they like. Same thing with businesses. When the leadership interacts, people buy from people that they like. So if you are likable, you are allowing yourself to show that on your live stream, right? You're allowing yourself to show your personality and who you are. And that way, the people who are meant to be a part of your community and work with you will be drawn to you. And the people who are not, they'll move away, which is exactly what we want, all right? We want the people who are connected to our message and relating to us to come closer, and everyone else can keep it moving. All right, so I'm gonna now break it down into before going live, during your live, and then post live, all right? I thought that was a really easy way to kind of break it up. The author and title, so the book is called Like Economics. The author is Rohit Bhargava. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but I'm sure if you type that in, it'll get corrected and you'll find the author, but I'll definitely post it in the link below as well. All right, so before you go live, you wanna make sure, let me move this video back up here. I think I can make this a little bigger. Let's try it, you guys. Is that too big? Let's see how it looks on the thing. So most importantly, before you go live, you have to make sure that you are clear about why you are doing this. All right, it's so important because when resistance comes up to surface, you get shit scared, or other plans just happen to come along and take away from your plans to live stream. It's important to remember why you're doing this. What is your reasoning for doing this? Are you building your business? Are you sharing knowledge? Are you building a community? Or are you sharing stuff about something that really made an impact in your life, that changed your life, right? When we remember about our bigger mission, our bigger purpose, and why we're even building these brands or building these businesses, that's what's gonna help you keep yourself on track. Otherwise, it's gonna be super easy to not live stream, forget about it, keep it on the back burner. And that makes it difficult when you're trying to build your business, build your brand, and all of that kind of stuff. Regina said, should you still stream live when your voice is scratchy to keep your commitment? If your voice is scratchy for just one day, then I say skip it and do it tomorrow. But if your voice is going to be scratchy for a month or something like that, one, please go to the doctor and get that checked out. Two, you can keep it short and sweet. So, I don't want you to be in any pain, of course, when you're live streaming. So see what it is for you, right? Always take care of yourself first. And then after that, step into your business. All right, so be clear about your expertise. Maybe I'll make it smaller because then it's covering up the words. All right. So be clear about your expertise. What are you going to be sharing on your live stream channel? What exactly are you offering? What are you bringing to the table? We don't want you guys to be random rambling on live stream about random shit. Your live streams should have a purpose, okay? We're not going this when you guys worry about, being annoying or being in people's news feeds too much and all that kind of stuff. If you're just randomly doing random stuff that doesn't make sense or doesn't have a purpose, then of course you are going to annoy people. But you want to make sure you're focusing on what value your live stream channel is going to bring. Now, I don't want you guys to get so caught up in this that you're going to not start. But it's something you want to just think about. All right, just answer the question on a very simple basis. Okay, what are you going to share in this live stream channel? And if you have multiple interests, see if you can umbrella that up into a bigger topic or bigger brand. All right, that makes it easier to have those different topics within the bigger brand. And that's totally okay because a lot of us are multi-passionate, but just make sure it all ties together in some way or another. All right, so here are some questions that you can ask yourself. Why do I want to live stream? All right, if you're just live streaming for attention, for followers, for money, it's not really going to take you very far. Why? Because one, it takes practice, it takes consistency, and it really is kind of a craft that you're going to start building. If you really want to do this for long-term success, you want to be focused on the long-term wins, not the small-term wins. Small-term wins are how many people were on my broadcast today? Did I make any money today? If you're so caught up in these little things, then the bigger picture is going to get lost. You're going to get frustrated. You're not going to feel connected to yourself and what you're doing. So you really want to ask yourself, why are you doing this? So really connect it back to your bigger why and your bigger mission to serve. What are you bringing to the table, right? What value can your live stream bring to people? Who is this live stream channel for? It's very important to be clear on who you're broadcasting this for, because then that's going to help you know what kind of topics to create, all that kind of stuff, right? Are you focusing on single moms? Because then your topics would cater to that. Are you focusing on college students? Because then your topics would cater to that. I always say have a 10-year age gap, not more than that. Even 10 years is a lot, because how you would maybe talk to a 30-year-old would be different than you're talking to a 40-year-old, right? They're in very different places in their life and have different things going on. So, and then you want to think about, what do these people want to hear about that I can help with? All right. If you can't help with it, then don't do it, or bring an expert who can help with that thing that they need help with. But make sure that you can help with whatever it is that you're bringing to your live stream channel. All right, so now it's time to choose your live stream platform. Nowadays, there are so many platforms to choose from, and I think they're gonna keep growing. So Facebook Live is the one that I'm on now. There's also Twitter Live. Some of you guys may or may not know about that, but that launched recently. There's Periscope app, which is kind of where it all started. There may have been something before Periscope, but Periscope is really how I got into live streaming and love Periscope. There's also YouTube Live. Okay, so YouTube Live is there. I saw Vimeo just launched a live as well this year. So think about the purpose. That's why it's really good to ask yourself these questions, because when you're thinking about, who is this going to be for as well, it'll help you figure out where your audience is hanging out. And also, which platform do you love to engage on? Which one do you enjoy? If you have absolutely no idea where to start, this is a recommendation I can give you. Periscope is great to start off when you're first starting off, because no one's really watching. You always usually have like 0 to 1 viewers. And if you're really nervous, it's a great way to start, because if you start going live on Facebook for the first time, Facebook, just because you're connected to your friends and connected to people, likely people will see it. So if you're ready for that, then I say Facebook has the largest audience out of all of the different apps. So Facebook would be a great one to run with for your marketing strategy. But again, if you want to start small, you can start with the Periscope app. And, we in my community, in the Star Marketing Club, if you guys are not a part of it, you can join at themarketingangel.com. we're doing Periscope trains here and there, and we do them every so often. And I would love to do one for the holidays as well next week if you guys are ready to get started. And we're going to be doing a live stream challenge that starts Monday for 3 days. So to help you guys actually implement this and act on it rather than me just giving you information, I really want to help you guys get into it. So let's get into it this coming Monday. All right. And again, if you're catching the replay and you missed that, still join the Star Marketing Club, because you will find the post in there from when we do this. And honestly, I keep doing them pretty often because everyone loves to do the challenges with the live streams. All right. So another thing you want to do is really optimize your profile. I've seen people go live where they're doing great, but then when you look at their profile, one, you have no idea who they are, what they're about. Their picture is so far away. I have absolutely no connection to you. So you want to be clear about your expertise in your profile. All right. What is it that you do? Or even better, how can you help people? Right. So instead of saying marketing strategist, I could say, marketing for small business owners, or marketing for bloggers, or marketing. I can be more specific and focus on the customer instead of just what my title is. So, I know Regina's on here, financial tips for XYZ, right? Ed is here, technology made easy for entrepreneurs, something like that. And then you can have your link. So sometimes people put their website. I recommend you put your freebie link. So that way when people click it, they'll be taken to a page where you can offer them something of value. So this would be kind of an introductory offer when someone is interacting with your brand for the first or second time. They'll get an opportunity to get a free gift, something of value that you create. Now, whether this is, a 10-day training, or maybe one workshop training, or maybe a PDF checklist, the 10 things to know how to, 10 ways to optimize your profile, for example. That could be a freebie that I offer, right? And then you want to make sure you have a welcoming headshot picture. Now, the reason I say that is because I, again, have seen people live stream with a profile picture of them really, really far away, or it's them on a beach. So it's like a full body picture. But the thing is, with the live stream channels, you want to be able to see your face, because if your comments are coming up, right, when you're chatting with other people or chatting with the broadcaster, you want to make sure that your face is showing and people can see something friendly and familiar, because that will be welcoming for them, and that would make them want to interact with you more. Because this is a pro tip that I'll talk about later. Live streaming is not just about live streaming yourself, but it's also about building relationships with other live streamers, right? And supporting them and going to their live streams as well. And that's how you start building a community of people where you support each other. All right. So if you guys are here live, I'm going to be offering to look at your live stream profiles today at the end of this. So if you guys are here live, come hang out and have your link ready. And I would be happy to look at your profile, and we can talk, or if you even want an idea about any of these things, we can talk about that. All right. So that's something, if you're coming live, you'll get to have. And also about choosing your live stream platform, determine where they are and which one you love to engage on. All right, so optimize your profile. Let's go to the next one. Coming up with content. So this is a huge question that people ask about all the time, right? Think about the questions people always ask you. This is the easiest way to come up with content. Think about your kind of FAQ. What are people asking you about? What do people want to know? Like for me with marketing, I know that people are always asking, where do I start? What social media channel should I be on? What is marketing in the first place? Like, what's the difference between marketing and branding? So I can already come up with a bunch of questions that people often ask me. So I can turn all of these into bite-sized live stream video. So that's the content you can come up with to start off with. Think about the frequently asked questions, and you can break them up into smaller bite-sized videos. All right. And one of the questions that was asked is, should you pre-write your content or should you have bullet points? So the answer to that is, it's up to you. However you operate, however you work. For me, I initially used to pre-write some stuff just because I would get super nervous. So I would pre-write maybe a general outline of what I want to say, what I want to do, what I want to go over. Like, I'll be like, okay, first I'm going to introduce myself, and this is the intro. Like, I'll write everything out, and I'll read it multiple times and practice it a few times. So that's something you can do. And then, you know, you're not going to read off of it on your live stream. You're just going to use it as practice before you go live. And then as you get comfortable with it, then what you can do is start doing bullet points. You know, these are the 3 points that I want to cover, etc. And after that, or maybe even sooner than that, you don't even need to write anything at all, because you'll be starting to get comfortable with live stream. You're like, okay, I just want to talk about this amazing I actually just got these new essential oils, this new tea tree essential oil. And if you want to do a live video about this product you just bought, it can be more informal, right? I think, Ed, you just did a Christmas unboxing video or something about a gift that you got, which was super cool. So you guys can get super creative with your live streams. You don't have to always have written out content, and you can do it on the go, on the fly. And another tip, one thing I love to do is going live on Periscope first, kind of as my starter community for my content. And then what I'll do is, when I come up with something on the fly, I'll do it on Periscope. And then what I'll do is I'll clean it up and make it even stronger before I go live on Facebook, because I know it's going to be likely on my Facebook page, or I'm going to repurpose it to my YouTube, whatever that may be. So that's also something to keep in mind. And, you know, you can always have a Post-it note with your like 3 bullet points or something, and you can stick it on your computer. So that way, when you're going live with your phone, right? I have my phone right here. You're going live with your phone, you can have the Post-it notes like right here, so you can like reference it without looking away from the camera for too long. The unboxing was fun. Yeah, it was totally fun. All right, so here are some live stream ideas that you guys can run with. And I do see there's some questions and comments, and I'm gonna take a break in a few seconds to address that, okay? So live stream ideas. So here's a few things that you guys can do. You can do a product demonstration, right? Whether you have a product you sell, or whether you wanna share a product that's related to your expertise that can complement maybe whatever it is that you teach, you can show that. You can do a live class. You guys see right now, I'm doing a live class, live stream for newbies, through a video conferencing tool, but I'm streaming it on Facebook. So you don't need to do it the way that I'm doing it. You can literally just teach a class directly with your smartphone, live on, straight onto social media. All right. You can do bite-sized teaching. So again, bite-sized teaching means, you know, 5 to 10 minutes, or, you know, if there's an engaged audience who are asking you questions, you can do a 30-minute live stream where you're teaching a process and then you're sharing, you know, how to implement it for a specific person. You know, that day when that person bought my $79 product, one thing that I remember very specifically that I did, which I think sold him, was that actually I used him as an example in what I was teaching. So I was like, hey friend, what is the business that you have? And he told me, and I was able to use his business in my example. So when you're engaging with the people on your live stream, they tend to love you even more, because that is all about building relationships, right? So that's an opportunity for you to do as well. And also an opportunity for you to engage. You can do tutorials, you know, how to do this, you know, the 10-step process to do X, Y, Z. You can do tips, you can do hacks, you can do a 5-day series, a 3-day series, you know. I think one of my clients is teaching people how to speak their truth. So she's doing a 5-day series where each day she's offering another point. All right, so tools for broadcasting. First, I'm gonna give you guys a disclaimer to start with. You don't need anything more than your smartphone, okay? When I first started, I had nothing, 0. And I started making, I started growing my brand, and I even started making some sales without having any tools. I used just natural light, like the sunlight, and I had my smartphone. And I like to just have either a white background behind me, or if I'm outdoors. So if you want to do this very seriously for long-term success, these are things I do recommend. Having a tripod is really useful because literally the phone will be held up for you either this way or this way, okay? You can have it up there. And I think the tripod that I was getting is no longer available. So I will update that one, but I do have a few things in, you can go to kit.com/Aditi Creative. And what I'm doing is throwing in some of the things that I own, as well as some things that my clients have gotten, they said that they loved, etc. So, you know, having a clip-on mic, all of that stuff is great. Actually, I think I have mine here. I'm not even using it right now because sometimes it can be a little bit of a hassle, but if you want better sound quality, it's definitely a great tool to use. I did use it for quite a few of my videos, and it's literally you just clip it on. And these mics, you guys, are not expensive. They're like maybe $15 or something. Again, you can find it on the link, and you just clip it onto your shirt, and then your voice goes straight into that. And then the only issue with these kind of mics is if you're doing an interview, you cannot hear the other person because this auxiliary that goes into the computer or the phone blocks out you hearing them. So this was something I learned like on the spot when I was doing a podcast interview. I was like, crap, I can't hear the other person. So it was like this whole thing, and I had to figure that out. So that's the only one thing about this one. But let me show you guys what it looks like. Can you guys see my entire screen, or did I only share that PDF? Let me know if you guys are seeing me type this to get into the link. Can you guys see this right now? Just let me know in the chat box. You see your arrow. Okay, so let me stop the share and do a new share and do this real quick. Okay, cool. So I went to kit.com/Aditi Creative, and tonight I'm going to add a few more things on here. So if you're going to it right now, you'll see a couple things, and I'm going to be adding even more. So you'll see right here, there's a kit for video broadcasting tools. So some microphones. This would be more for podcasting, but I just put all my favorite stuff in here. And again, the tripod that I got is not here anymore, so I'm going to put a new one in here. So you guys can, again, go to kit.com/Aditi Creative. I'm going to keep adding more stuff on this continuously, so you guys can find my recommendations. All right, so let me go back to sharing the other one now, and then I will also answer your guys' questions. All right. All right. I'm going to answer your questions after this section is over. All right, so now let's talk about being confident and ready in 10 minutes or less. All right, this is the thing I was telling you guys about that I realized was needed because so many people freak out about going live. Like, this is a real thing. Like, you will have anxiety all day because let's say you commit to going live every day for like 5 days, right? So you'll have anxiety all day until you go live, and then you'll be relaxed. But then you'll have anxiety about going live tomorrow, right? These are kind of the beginning live stream jitters that everyone gets. And honestly, even though I've been live streaming for a couple of years, I still get that sometimes, but this little thing helps me. So this is something I created for you guys. All right. So one, keep it simple and easy. You want to have a background that's either plain white. If you want to go pro, sometimes people have like, you know, tapestry in the back or design in the back. I'm always traveling on the go, so I don't have a stationary place, but some people like to do that. So you can do that. But I think plain white, or if you're outdoors in a quiet area, there's not a lot of noise, that's a great place to go to. So background check. Second thing, inner dialogue. Your inner dialogue is what's going to probably stop you from live streaming more than anything else. So you want to check your ID. So I call inner dialogue ID for short. So check your ID. And this is the best thing you can say to help you just get started and press go. All right. After you've already set up, right, you have your content ready, all of that. So all of that's already done. I'm talking about going live. So this is what you're going to say. You're going to be like, I'm going to do the best that I can. And so it is. And tomorrow's going to be even better, right? So instead of freaking out about how horrible today is going to be, or how you're not ready, or maybe, you know, whatever inner dialogue is coming up for you, you know, check your ID. Check your ID at the door before you go live. what is going on in your head, because your head is what's going to stop you from doing this and building your brand, growing your business in all of those areas. So make sure you have something. And I read this book, and in the book, she had kind of like a basic setup routine to get ready so she feels good about herself when she leaves the house without having to put on a full wad of makeup. So for women, I included this for you guys. You know, you can like fluff your hair to give some volume, comb your hair. You can have a basic t-shirt on or a cute top, right? Plain is always good, because what I've noticed is if you have clothes with designs and prints, right? If you're going live a lot, you probably don't have like so many shirts to keep changing it. So I've noticed that if I have the same shirt on, you know, the same print shows up again, like that time, because it happened for me. So I was like, you know what is really good to have some plain outfits, shirts, tops, t-shirts, whatever, even for men, like plain white tees, plain black tees, plain blue tees are really, really good, because it doesn't look the same each time because it's just a plain tee. It could be any tee, right? So that's something to keep in mind. And this is a really quick thing that I love and that I use is concealer, mascara, lip gloss, right? Just doing those three things is going to brighten up your face and have you be camera ready without feeling like you have to put on a makeup. So this is not for everybody. Some people don't like makeup. I know that. That's totally fine. You don't have to wear makeup. But this is for people who do wear makeup and then feel overburdened by the idea of getting their makeup and hair ready to go live stream. So this is kind of the easy, quick fix that I've been able to do. Cindy says, I wear a different scarf so I look different each time. I love that. Yes, there will be a replay, Arthi. All right, so how do you guys like my 10-minute confident and ready approach? Because this has helped me do wonders, so I'm hoping you guys like that as well. All right. So here is kind of a step-by-step process. I know some people really like to have every little step, so I did that for you. If you're terrified or even if you just want something to follow, I'm giving it to you right here. 10 steps, okay? And the reason it's 10, which may seem like a lot, is because I'm even counting a few little things that are important. All right, so first, you want to have your topics and points ready. Check. All right. Have your points, have your topic and points ready to go. So that's the first thing, your content. Then you want to do a face check in the mirror. Okay, there are times I forgot to do this, you guys, and my hair was in like 5 different places. I actually did do a mirror check today, but my hair still looked frizzy on camera when I got on. So, you know, go check yourself in the mirror, make sure your hair is not in 15 different places, or, you know, you have like mascara dripping down your face or something, because that happens and you may not be aware of it. 3, you want to find your live stream spot, like where you're going to live stream, right? So like I said, the white background or a quiet outside area, whatever that means, find that spot first, right? Before you open your app and all that. Find that spot. Then open up your application, whether that's Facebook Live, Twitter Live, Periscope, whatever. Open it up. Then you want to do face check number 2. Okay, you're going to do face check number 2. Look at how you look like in the camera, because it might be different than how you look like on the mirror, which happened to me, right? I went live here, you guys, my hair was a little frizzy, but didn't look like that in the mirror. So it's important to do a check for yourself, all right? So check your face in the application. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna enter the title of your broadcast, all right? So title of what you're going to talk about. And I didn't include this in this presentation because then we're getting into a little bit more of the pro tips. But what I want to tell you about titles is make it freaking interesting, okay? Make it interesting and make it clear on what you're talking about, because I've seen people go live with like random ass titles like the sky is blue. I'm just making that up right now, but I'm like, what about the sky being blue? Like, this does nothing for me, you know? Like, what are you talking about? Like, why should I take time out of my day to open up your live stream for you to ramble for 5 minutes until you get into your content? You get what I'm saying? Like, we want to make it very simple and easy for these people, for your audience, your community members to be interested in your topic, right? So make it interesting, you know, 3 ways to do this, how to do this. Like, People love instructional things. People love to learn new things, you know. So be very clear in what your title is, you know, or, you know, how I made $5 back at CVS and how you can too, right? So it's about, not only about me, but it's about you too. So remember, like, live streaming is not just about you talking about your life, etc., but it's always relating it back to your audience. So I'm throwing in a lot of tips, you guys, as I'm even going through the presentation, as I'm remembering stuff. So this is good. So pay attention to that part, because I didn't include that in the presentation, but it just came to me on the fly. All right, so you enter title. 7, you want to do a background check again, because what happens is sometimes, see, what happened here was I went live and I didn't realize the closet behind me was open. So when I first started, it was like this. You can see a snippet into the closet. So I'm being very transparent with you guys, because I want you guys to see how you can do this for yourself, right? So once I went live and I saw that happening, that was my background check, and I changed the camera to move it this way. All right, so that's the background check you want to do for yourself with the camera on, having the app open, okay? Next, you want to position your camera. You want to position your camera so you can see kind of at least your whole head, okay? Everything else, it's up to you how you want to do it, like how far you want to hold the phone, you know, how far you want to move back so your whole body is showing, depending on what you're going to do. If you're going to repurpose this for YouTube, you want to make sure you film it this way, all right? So that way when you upload it onto YouTube, it's in that same way. But you can also do it this way, but if you're going to film it this way, it's not ideal to use to put onto YouTube, all right? So let me move back up. So position camera, and then next it's time to go live. You literally type in your title, get yourself ready, and hit that go live button. And sometimes there's a countdown, sometimes there isn't. Some apps, they go live right away, so you have to be ready to just be smiling. I recommend after you press go live, just have a smile on your face, because sometimes it'll go live and you'll be making this like really like resting bitch face or like whatever, and it just looks a mess. So just smile before it goes live so people can see your smiling, wonderful face. And then number 10, go rock that live stream. All right. All right, before we get into the during live, I see a lot of chats and comments coming in. So let me see what's happening. All right, thanks. I felt bad not streaming. Yep, take care of your health first. Absolutely. You should always have a strategy and marketing schedule, correct? Well, it depends. Having a strategy is always important and always good, right? And having a marketing schedule is always good. Those are the optimal 100% level of where you want to be, right? But also sometimes that can be caught up with perfectionism and all of that. So, you know, have a general idea, have a general strategy for the next week or two. Sometimes it's okay if you don't have a strategy, if you're starting off, right? You can start off by saying like, okay, I'm going to go live every Monday, or I'm going to go live twice a week, or 3 times a week, or 5 times a week. One of my clients right now is doing 5 times a week. So she's starting to get a lot more traction on her live streams versus doing once a week. Okay. So yes, you should have a strategy in marketing, but don't let it stop you from starting, is what I will say. Because as you start, you'll start getting an idea of kind of what people like, what your rhythm is, and then you can get into building the proper strategy and all of that. And I can help you guys with that as well. All right. So if you guys have questions, we can talk about it. All right. So should you have polls set up to connect with your target market? I'm not completely sure what you mean by that, Regina. If you want to clarify, should you have polls set up to connect with your target market? If you're talking about in terms of researching and understanding what they would like you to present on, absolutely. You should absolutely have polls, ask people questions about what they would love for you to do. See, people, for some reason, like I was never planning to, you know, teach live stream and for live stream to be a part of what I teach in my business, but everyone just always ends up asking me about live stream. So I always end up doing live stream stuff, right? So that's why I'm here doing this live stream for newbies class, is because you guys asked for it. So that's why I put this together. What about LinkedIn Live? Does LinkedIn have a live? I didn't even realize that. I did not even know. So if LinkedIn has a live, I'm sure LinkedIn would be great for whatever topic it is in the more professional setting. So Regina, with you doing the financial tips, absolutely. With me doing the leadership stuff, absolutely. LinkedIn Live would be wonderful. What is a Periscope train? Leah Harris. Leah, so good to see you there. See you here. Nice to meet you. So what is a Periscope train? Great question. A Periscope train is basically when multiple people go live broadcasting one after another. So let's say there's like 10 of us, right? So what will happen is, and you know what, since we are doing a live stream class, why don't we do a train next week? I would love to host it for you guys. It's just a free thing that we coordinate together. So what you will do is we'll maybe pick a topic. So maybe we'll pick, how to deal with difficult family during the holidays, like for example, as a topic, right? And then everybody would add their own perspective, maybe a tool or tip they would share, and then also talk about, their expertise, and everybody gets like 5 minutes. All right. So maybe I go first. I start off the scope train. So I'm like, hey, my name is Aditi. I'm an intuitive marketing strategist. And today I'm going to give you guys a tip on how to deal with difficult people during the holidays. My tip is to walk away. All right. I'll share my tip as an example, and then I'll say, if you guys would like to learn more about marketing and leadership, go ahead and grab my freebie inside of my profile. You don't typically want to say freebie, but since I'm on the spot, I said that. But like, for example, one of my freebies is a 5-day irresistible brand course. So I will come grab my 5-day irresistible brand course at this link, aditicreative.com/IB. It's also in my profile. Don't forget to comment below if you like this video and share it to anyone who you know would be interested, right? So then I'll say at the end, and the next person in the scope train is Regina, and the next person in this, and then Regina will go live, and then she'll tell who the next person is. So Regina will be like, hey, Leah's next, go next. And then Leah will be like, Ed is next. So everyone gets a chance to go live, and it's cool because if you want a visual sense, it's basically as if we're all in a room, and each person is passing the mic around and introducing themselves and adding some value. So hopefully that makes sense, because I love scope trains. So I would be excited to do one next week. We can definitely do one next week if you guys are down. All right. I don't have a freebie yet, but will soon. No worries, Leah. Absolutely no worries for now. If you have a website, you can at least put the website link. So that way there's somewhere for people to go and check it out. And if you don't have a freebie created, I would at least have an email marketing system. So that way people can sign up for your email list. And I drive this home all the time. I'm going to drive it home again. If any social media system shuts down, you lose all those people you are connected to. Facebook shuts down. So if you're relying on these social media systems for your business to run, you're going to be shit out of luck. So that's why it's always important to bring people to join your email list, because that's how you're going to keep in touch with them. And honestly, with social media, you're losing people's attention in 2 seconds because there's already something new in the newsfeed coming through, right? So having someone's email address allows you to connect with them intimately for 5 minutes and have an intimate conversation with them. That is if they open your email. And for them to open your email, you need to have a good subject title. But then we're getting into a whole nother stuff, okay? Email marketing is another beast that we can talk about another time. But in general, you definitely want to have somewhere that people can sign up. And again, if you don't have it yet, that's fine. If you don't have a website yet, that's fine. Just start where you are with what you have, okay? All right, so how do you repurpose the content for YouTube? I am going to be talking about repurposing in the post live, Regina. So if I still don't answer your question, then you can ask it again if I didn't answer it. And Leah, you said, what is the tool you are using? The tool for what? Is it the tool for this broadcast or something else? For this broadcast, I'm using Zoom conferencing. Regina said she absolutely still gets jitters even though she's been live streaming for a while. This is great info. Thank you so much, Michelle. That is what I'm referring to. Regina goes, I'm focusing on women in ministry, so I'm incorporating financial tips focused for them to monetize their gifts and talents. Perfect. Regina says, scope trains are awesome. We have fun, especially. Yeah, and it's great because one, you get to make a bunch of new live stream friends. Two, each person shares out your broadcast. So you have an opportunity to get new followers, get new community members. One of my clients has been in part of this group where they all do scope trains a lot, and her following, her numbers have been going, and she's been making new friends and being part of these new communities. So it's really, really fun. Sounds fun yet advanced. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, like, and I love it because doing the scope trains is actually great for people who've never live streamed before also, because you have a complete supportive network of people who are rushing in to, you know, tap the screen to give you hearts and comment and all that kind of stuff. You're new to Periscope? Awesome. Well, then I highly suggest that you absolutely hop on and let's do a scope train next week. And Leah, I'm going to keep you accountable. Let's be on that. All right. You do have a form. Perfect. Great point about list building for sharing. Oh, for sharing from Zoom to Facebook. It's through Zoom. All right. It's a paid feature. You can upgrade for it. Yes, you have community support you. Absolutely. Okay, awesome. Sweet. Yeah, and you guys, if you guys are not part of the Star Marketing Club, that's where we would be doing the scope train and all that kind of stuff. So if you sign up for this class, you should have gotten a link to join that group. If you didn't and you don't have the link even in your email, you can sign up again at themarketingangel.com. All right? All right, cool. All right, I think I answered everyone's questions. So let's get into what you're gonna do during your live broadcast. Most importantly, you wanna make sure you're looking directly into the camera. So you guys see my fingers on the camera right now, that's where you wanna look, because that's where people are gonna feel like you're looking directly at them, okay? Because people wanna feel connected to you and not feel like you're talking to the wall, right? They wanna feel like you're talking to them. And the only way that's gonna happen is if you look directly into the camera. So I know it's awkward, I know it's weird, I know it's uncomfortable, I know it's not natural, but it is the way to do it. It's the way to live stream like a pro, all right? Live streaming like a pro is all about looking directly into the camera so people can feel connected to you, all right? So speak to the people who you're creating for. This is so important because what happens is once we start live streaming, our fears start creeping up, we start freaking out, and we start wondering about all the people who are going to hate us for being in their news feed, all the people who are going to get annoyed by us. We get too caught up in that 2% of people who are not interested in what it is you're creating, and we forget about the 98% of the people who are saying yes. Yes, we want to hear this. We want more of this. So make sure you're speaking to the people who you are creating this for and not getting caught up in the noise, the distractions, the competition. You stay in your lane, you serve the way you need to serve and do what you need to do. There's other marketing strategists, right? But I still have a business as a marketing strategist because I'm the only one who can teach marketing the way Aditi can teach marketing. So there are a group of people who are interested in the way that I teach marketing, right? But there's so many marketing people out there. So don't worry about that. If you're feeling called to do this and to do the work that you're doing, there will be a group of people who are interested. And likely you've already had people interested in this in your life in the past because you're just really good at what you do, right? So people come to you for that automatically. So think about who you're here to serve, how you're going to serve them, and the rest will all come into place. All right? All right, this was one of the questions that came in before the class. So how to deal with trolls. Again, I'm gonna say, pay attention to the people who say yes. Pay attention to that 98%. For the trolls, you're gonna ignore them. You're gonna block them if you can, which on Periscope you can block. You can delete the comments after you get off of your Facebook Live if you need to, right? If someone's being obnoxious, most importantly, don't take it personally. It's about them and not about you. And if you do take it personally, work through your emotions that come up, because if you don't, it's going to come up again in another form, right? That's how energy works. If you don't clear out whatever it is that's coming up, especially during Mercury retrograde or whatever is happening in the universe, it's coming up, it's triggering you because it's something that you have to deal with. And it's coming up for you to clear it out. All right. If you're getting bothered by a comment from a random stranger who doesn't even know who you are, right? You want to work through that, because your confidence and your self-esteem is going to direct your business and your brand. So if you are getting affected by this, what are you going to do when there's like 1,000 people watching your live streams and there's trolls saying random stuff? Are you going to be personally affected by each and every one? We're getting prepared for dealing with all of that by these small little things that happen. You'll be really happy that these small things are happening, so you can be prepared, so that way, as your brand grows, as your business grows, and there's more people, you're not taking it personally and you're not getting caught up in what everyone else is saying, right? This is an opportunity for you to stand in your truth and stand in your service even more strongly. So pay attention how much these trolls are affecting you. And don't feel bad if it is affecting you. All this means is that that's something that it's time for you to work through that. Okay? The universe is providing an opportunity for you to work through that. Pray before your broadcast. It helps with dealing with trolls. I love that, Regina. So if you are a prayer person, go ahead and pray before your broadcast and say, may all the people who I'm meant to speak to show up. May whoever you want this message to go to, may this message reach them, right? So bring it back to your why and why you're doing this. Regina says, I have a block ministry going on when I go live on Periscope. That's where the majority, yes, a lot of trolls are more on Periscope than on Facebook. That is very true. One thing I do love about Periscope is that the reach that you can have with people all over the world, etc. Whereas Facebook, it kind of starts with who you're connected to only, and then, but with Periscope, you will have more trolls. So you just kind of have to deal with it. I have clients who used to really get caught up with it in the beginning, but then they got so over it that they just blocked them as soon as there was any sign of any disrespect or anything. So remember, when you're on live stream, this is your room. This is your conference. This is your platform, your stage. You set the rules. So it's important for you to kind of own your space and dictate kind of what's allowed here, what's not allowed. A lot of people sometimes have house rules or things like that as they start building up, because if they do see people being disrespectful. But to be honest, you guys, I haven't dealt with a shit ton of trolls. So don't let trolls deter you from starting, right? And from being visible, because trolls are going to be there in life. Don't let trolls stop you from living your life purpose. And remember, light always takes over the dark. So don't let the dark bother you, because the light will always overpower it. Do you guys have questions about the trolls? Because I know that's a big thing that comes up a lot. Don't let this be an excuse for you going live. Don't let this be, your fear getting the best of you. Because your message and your purpose is way more important than these few people who don't even matter. Another question that came through: how to answer questions while broadcasting. So I know it's uncomfortable, awkward, weird. How do I say what I'm trying to say as well as answer people's questions? The best way to do this is to take breaks. First, let's say you have 3 ways to make your bed in 5 minutes or less, right? So when you give the first way with your full heart and teach it, give it, right? At the end of that, and you can invite people to put in questions and say you'll answer it after you'll take breaks to answer the questions, right? And some people, when when live viewers get really big and there's just so many people, it's going to be hard to answer questions. So some people I see as influencers, grow bigger followings and audiences. They're just not able to answer the questions. So if they see something that is relative to what they're talking about and they're able to answer it, then they will answer it. So what you want to do is focus on your content first, then answer the questions. And if you do answer a question in between, what you can do is, again, have that post-it with those 3 blocks, or if not a post-it, even having a Google Doc opening with those 3 points. So that way, if you answered a question and you forgot where you were, you can go back to the notes and just start from wherever you want. Okay, so does that help with how to answer questions while broadcasting? And then I'll also say it gets easier over time. It is distracting when you're trying to say something, but you're also trying to read the questions. So the best thing that I've seen work is do your content, answer questions, do the rest, like more of your content, answer questions. You can do it that way. You guys can see that's how I'm kind of doing it in this class as well. It just makes it easier for everyone. So this one I hear about a lot. What to do if you blank out on camera. So this is a fear that a lot of you guys have. What do I do if I'm on camera and I forget what I'm saying? Oh my God, I'm gonna look so stupid, blah, blah, blah. It's totally fine, you guys. It's totally fine. There's no earthquake happening. This is not a PR crisis. It's totally normal, because I want you to think about if you're sitting at a coffee shop with your friend and you guys are talking about something, and you blank out for a second, which is totally normal. What do you do? What do you do if you blank out when you're talking to your friend? Likely, you're like, oh my bad, I just forgot what I was saying. Hold on, give me a second, right? That's totally fine. If you need a second to gather yourself while you're on live camera, it's fine, right? We're not airing on like ABC, Fox News, Good Morning America right now, right? It's okay. You guys getting on live stream is just you're starting to build up your brand and your business. You're going to get better. It's going to get easier, all of that stuff. So if you forgot what you're saying, take a moment to be like, you know what? I forgot what I was just saying. What was I saying? And sometimes your viewers, you know, if you have people who are watching, will remind you what you were just saying. I've done that before too. I'm like, what was I saying about, guys? Can you guys tell me again? And they'll tell you what you were talking about, and then you can just get back into it. And here's when the Post-it comes in handy too, right? Or the Google Doc. If, again, you forget where you were, what you were saying, it's totally fine, you guys. It's not that big of a deal. You can address it if you want, or just go back to your notes and just pick up again somewhere, right? In one of those points. People are like, what was I saying in the comments? You guys are making me laugh. Good, I'm so glad. Sandra said, thank you for this great information. I'll put it to use. Regina said, I lost my train of thought. Give me a second. That's being transparent and authentic. And I started doing it more, you guys, just because I'm in marketing, because I want you guys to see that it's really not that serious. So sometimes when I forget what I'm saying, I'll do it on purpose. Like I'll purposely point it out so you guys can see that it's totally okay. I still have clients. I still have a business running. I still have people who are interested in working with me, even if I went blank on camera. All right, so tell people to share, tell people to comment. This seems so silly and simple, but for whatever reason, when you actually tell people what to do, they are more likely to do it, just because we are so distracted by so many things happening in the world that if someone just tells us what to do so we don't have to use our brain to think about it, we're more likely to do it. Yeah. So for example, you can tell people to comment a certain thing. So Nadia, my client, she did a client video where she said, all right, if you're feeling this or if you're watching this, you know, comment below with hashtag truth. And then people were doing hashtag truth. So that's like a cool way to get people to comment. And then it also will, you know, share it to more people. Because the more people are liking and commenting, then it'll get shared to more people. Tell people to share. You know, I went to one Livestream experts class months ago, earlier this year, and she said she tells people to share and comment in the beginning, middle, and end. Like she just doesn't care, and people do share it, you know, so don't feel bad. You know, what you are sharing has value. You're helping people with something, with whatever it is you're teaching. It's not just a self-promotional thing. You are helping people. They're looking to be told what to do, which is referred to a call to action. Absolutely, call to action. All right. Question relating to sharing. Do the videos disappear forever on Periscope? They used to, but they don't anymore. But on Periscope at this current moment, what you can do is hide the broadcast if you want, or you can delete it. But right now, all your broadcasts stay there. Same thing with Facebook, it stays there. It doesn't go away automatically. You're going to have to delete it manually. All right. Another thing to keep in mind is if your videos can be saved. I know Periscope has an option in the settings that you can automatically save to camera roll every single time you go live. I don't think I've seen that on Facebook Live. You have to manually sit there and download it so you can upload it to YouTube. But hope that answers your questions. Okay. All right. So what do you do post live? So this is after you've gone live. What do? You share your video. Okay, so sometimes people will do a live stream and it's sitting on their business page and it's not getting traction or it's not going anywhere, nothing's happening. Well, it's because you have to share your video. You have to, when you don't have a community right now, you have to start building it. And how are you gonna do that? You're gonna do that by sharing your content. So you can share your video on your personal profile from your business page. You can share it in a relevant group if the group rules allow it, because you know each Facebook group has its own rules, so you want to make sure you check in with that. And you can share it with your private community. Let's say if you have a mailing list, if you have your own private Facebook group or something like that, you want to make sure you're sharing your video and not just letting it sit in one place, right? You're just doing it and sitting in one place, you're not going to really get traction. You want to make sure you're sharing it. All right, so I know Regina had asked about repurposing your video. All right, so repurpose your video. You want to, here's a few ways you can do it. You can use the same content to write a written blog post. You can use that same video, literally, and upload that video to YouTube. So I think you had asked about that, Regina. Upload it to YouTube and share. And again, if you already know you're going to be repurposing a certain video, make sure when you go live with your video horizontal, not vertical, because for YouTube, you want the video to be like this so it fits perfectly into the screen. If you have a few videos that are vertical, that's okay, but best practices, you want to do it this way. All right, so you can redo that same content, that same topic, and do it even better somewhere else. Because sometimes what will happen is I'll go live on Periscope, but something that came to me on the fly, and then I'll be like, wait, I think there's a better way for me to communicate this. And then maybe I'll position it better. I'll come up with an even better title. And then I'll do it live on Facebook. And then I will smash that live. I'll be like, yeah, I'm more confident. I feel better about what I'm saying because I already said it once on Periscope. So you can sometimes do that, repurpose it in different kind of ways. Does that answer your questions about repurposing? I know repurposing is a big one, so you guys can tell me, let me know below if you have any more questions about repurposing, because this is a big one, all right? Repurposing, you can put this on your blog as well. You can, you know, which live stream did I do? Let me think. I think I have one that I can show you guys real quick. Let's see. I think I have it on my blog. All right, so this, yeah, so I think some of these, oh, I think it's hidden right now, you guys, so I don't have it, but I'm just going to give you guys an example. So why branding matters to grow your business. You can write some content and then you can put the live stream right here. You can upload it on video and then put it right here. So get clear on your brand. So that's a really great way to repurpose your videos, okay? To show you a direct example. All right, so back to repurposing. All right, so another thing you can do is share with a collaborator. Another group of people might find your tutorials really helpful if it's a complementary match to that other collaborator. Maybe that other collaborator doesn't offer this thing, or you know, you'd be the perfect one to bring in and do it. People are always happy to share and do things like that. So just ask, and you never know. People may say no, and that's totally fine. You know, sometimes what happens is it may be a conflict of interest if, you know, what you're sharing is the same thing that the other person is sharing, so they may say no, they may say yes, but it doesn't hurt to ask, all right? I had an instance where I was sharing something I think last year, and it was in conflict of that person's brand. I didn't realize it at the time. So he said no. And that's totally fine. But then there were other people who said yes, right? So same thing with this live stream for newbies. I know that this class is going to be really helpful for some people and for some other people's groups who maybe don't teach this part. And then I would love to offer this training for them. It's a free training. I'm putting this on my website. So you guys will be watching it there. All right, so now let's get into the pro tips. So we did a lot of kind of the beginner, getting started, all that kind of stuff, the steps to go live. And I mentioned that I was going to have some pro tips for people who have maybe already started live streaming, or if you're really ready to go full force. You know, when I first started, I kind of started getting into pro right away because I had seen someone's challenge. I had joined their like 5-day live stream challenge. I did it. And I started watching influencers. I started watching how other people were doing their live streams. And I started trying to incorporate some of those same tips for myself as well. All right. Hey, Natasha. Hey, Chakrawanda. Hey, everyone. Glad you guys are here. So you can use these pro tips right away. You don't have to wait. All right. I started implementing stuff. I started testing things, trying things, see what worked for me, see what I felt comfortable with versus not comfortable with. All right, so what the pros know. You want to make sure you start your live stream right away, all right? So you don't want to have, a lot of people will sometimes do this, like, hey guys, so, you know, I'm just going to hang out and wait for more people to show up, you know? So, like, how was everyone's day? Yeah, let's just wait, you know, for more people. Don't do that. That's a huge X, okay? Do not do that, because guess what? People who watch your replay video are gonna find that highly, highly annoying to sit there and wait. So you wanna keep everyone in mind. You wanna keep in mind that you're gonna be repurposing this likely. So you wanna get into your content right away. Say, you know, hi, my name is XYZ. Today I'm gonna be talking about blah, blah, blah. Always introduce yourself. Okay, so who are you? Like, what is your expertise? Like, why are you even on here? Like, what's happening here? Let us know, because there's going to be new people who will join your live stream who have no idea who you are. So you want to always keep them in mind, and they're going to feel more welcomed. And again, marketing is about building relationships. So even through your live stream, you're going to be building relationships with people who are coming to your live streams, right? Communicating with them, responding to them. You know, if it's on Facebook, you can like their comments, you can respond, do all that kind of stuff. Engage with the people who are coming to your live streams. Let them know that you appreciate them being there. The pros know about repurposing your videos, which we just went over. And again, going live is better than not going at all. So even if you don't feel ready, even if you feel like you need to practice more, it's better to just start getting in the habit of going live, because you're going to get better on camera. And I think it was Pat Flynn who said this, but he said, everyone starts out as a disaster. So don't worry if you're a disaster when you're starting out. It's not a big deal, right? You have to start somewhere to get somewhere else. So before you can become a master at anything, you have to start out as a disaster and then keep tweaking and making it better along the way. All right. So again, building relationships. Build relationships by supporting other live streamers. Now you guys are on a call with other live streamers. You guys can see on Facebook right now, other people are commenting here, and you guys are all live streamers as well. So we can all live stream together. We can support each other. In fact, like I talked about the Periscope train, we can do a Periscope train next week. So make sure you guys are inside of the Star Marketing Club, and let us know that you want to be a part of that, okay? So we can keep you included. All right, more pro tips. Don't get caught up in the numbers, okay? How many live viewers you have, all this kind of stuff. So what the pros know is that most people actually watch the replay. So don't get upset if you don't have a lot of viewers. That's totally okay. There's no reason to get upset about it, because you're going to repurpose the video, and likely people are going to see the replay. So that's why it's important for you to share it out afterwards so people can catch your broadcast. All right. And it's always quality over quantity, right? I don't have ridiculous numbers on my live streams, but I'm still running a business. I'm still making money from live stream. I'm still getting clients clients from my live stream. So you don't need to have ridiculous numbers to actually benefit and gain from live stream. Know that, okay? I know it can be intimidating sometimes when you see other people having certain kind of traction. Do not get caught up in the numbers. Do not get caught up in the competition. Focus on your expertise and stay in your own lane and how you can best serve more than what anyone else is doing. It's important to remember it takes time to build traction. Everyone has different ideas, but the general rule has been give it 90 days and give it all you got. Like if you really want to go into this full force, you can do 90 days, you can do daily, or you can do 5 times a week. People who are doing 5 times a week are getting a lot of traction, or 7 times a week, right? If you want to just start out, you can start out with 3 times a week and then build it up. There's no right or wrong. And most importantly, consistency wins the long-term game. This is exactly why other people fail from building traction or getting results in their live stream is they quit before it even starts to build traction or anything. So you don't want to quit before it even starts building up. You want to kind of nurture it like a baby and build it up. All right? Consistency wins the long-term game. All right. Remember, everyone starts at 0. So do not be intimidated by the other people. All right. So put your questions in the comments, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on Zoom. 1, tell me if you want more pro tips, say yes or no in the comments, and let me know if you guys have more questions about what I covered. I think one thing that I didn't cover is when should you live stream. So when should you live stream? You can live stream at any point that feels comfortable for you, but one thing I will say is people do tend to enjoy repetitiveness or consistency. So if you're always going to go live every day at 11 a.m., you can do that. You know, if you're good with structures and schedules and all of that, run with how you work best. You know, sometimes I don't usually like schedule and structure, so I tend to live stream whenever, and that has worked for me too. So some live stream pros and experts may tell you that you have to do it a certain way, you have to only live stream in the morning or only in the evening. It depends what your audience is, because remember, there's people all the way on the other side of the world who it's like morning for them when it's nighttime for us. So you want to think about your audience, you want to think about what works for you. I remember one time my client asked me, she was like, hey, I didn't go live today, but it's like 11:30 at night and I do have this like thing tomorrow that I wanted to promote or share. Do you think I should go live or just forget about it? I was like, screw it, go live, you know? You never know who's going to show up. And not that I would say to always do that. I think you should vary it up. Sometimes try morning, sometimes afternoon, sometimes evening, to see when you get traction, when your people are showing up, all that kind of stuff. It is a trial process, right? You're trying things out, you tweak things along the way, all of that good stuff. And my client did end up going live at 11:30 p.m. and she actually ended up having so much engagement and so many people come on. For whatever reason that night, people were awake late at night or they were on another coast, so that timing worked fine for them. And a bunch of people were on that day. So you never know, right? So again, I want to emphasize there's no right or wrong. And since I am an intuitive marketing strategist, I invite you to use your intuition. Oftentimes your intuition has all the answers to what you need to do, okay? And I'm going to also give you guys an opportunity to, if you want me to look at your live stream channel at the end, so I will have that as well. Let me just make sure and go to that questions tab. Let me make sure I covered everything. Let's see. So we talked about best times to go live. How do I answer? What are good tools? How do I deal with trolls? Yes, so we covered all these questions. So if you guys have more questions, put them below. And I'll be doing a part 2 as well, so we can dive into more stuff. But most importantly, I'm here now, so you guys can put your questions below. And okay, everyone said yes, 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 more tips, absolutely yes. Okay, perfect. What about during the peak times during holiday season, because the numbers likely drop during seasons during a specific time? Know your seasons. It depends. So I know that there's a whole bunch of people who are going to be super busy and they will, with their families, and they will not be on live. I also know there's a whole other group of people who are going to be bored as hell with their families, or maybe they don't have a family that they're going home to, or, you know, they're by themselves or whatever, who would love to join your live stream because they're bored during the holidays because one, it's slow at work maybe, or whatever. So don't let the seasons deter you from going live and doing your thing, because I believe that there's potentially always an audience out there that could maybe not be celebrating the holidays, or maybe they're on another side of the world, they celebrate different holidays, you know what I mean? So if you are feeling guided to move forward with a specific promotion or holiday campaign or whatever, move forward with it. All right. Cool. So if you want more pro tips, I'm going to be doing a more advanced level of this, and more, if you guys have more questions, I can add that in the presentation too. So if you want to learn how to live stream like a pro, so today was live stream for newbies. The next round is going to be live streaming like a pro. Now, you don't need to have anything set up to get started with live streaming like a pro. Even if you're a newbie, you can jump into pro, because like I mentioned, when I first started, I started going pro right in the beginning because I knew I was doing this for long-term success. I wanted to do it right. So I'm doing a 2-hour workshop next Thursday, December 21st. I wanted to try to get it in before we get into holidays, just in case you guys are going to be traveling and all that good stuff. But I wanted you guys to have this so you can start now and not wait till the new year or whenever else to get started with your live stream, because it's going to take time. It's going to take like practice and all of those good things to build it up. So why not start building it up now so you can go be on fire when it's 2018, when it's next year, okay? So we're going to cover more things. We're going to cover more things about like your titles. Remember we talked about titles for your broadcast, how to make good titles, and I'm going to give you guys examples of titles you can use in this masterclass. So you'll get to learn about how you can sell using live stream. So sell your products, sell, even promote your freebie, even if it's not a paid thing, how to position yourself as an expert, and lots of more pro tips that we didn't have enough time to get into today. So this is going to be more of an advanced workshop. You're going to get to keep the entire workshop to yourself, so you can refer back to it. You can go back to it whenever you want. I'm also going to have takeaway slides that you can take with it. And yes, if you can't come live to the workshop, there will absolutely be a replay. Now, this workshop is a paid workshop, okay? So today's class was free. This one is a lot more advanced. I'm going to be spending a lot more time on that and setting things up together, bringing examples, and it's going to be kind of a workshop style in the sense that it's not going to be just me teaching the whole time, but we're actually going to be getting work done. You're going to be creating stuff during this call. So I'm going to have little gap breaks where you guys will get to do that. So not only will you leave this workshop with like all these tools, you're going to also leave the workshop with work already done for you, right? Because you don't have to go do that on your own later on. All right, so this workshop is $47, super affordable, super low cost. I wanted to make sure it would be something that, you know, everyone can benefit from. And if you want to sign up, you're going to go to aditicreative.com/star series. Remember, I am going to be doing the reviews for your live stream channel after this, so don't go anywhere. Let me show you what that link looks like. All right, so you're gonna go to aditicreative.com/star series. So the star series I already started. So there's 4 star series in this, and the second one is the one we're doing right now. So ready to show up like a star in your business. And not to mention the first 3 days there's going to be a free 3-day experience starting Monday. So that's when we're going to get into the live streaming. Okay. So if you are not ready for the workshop yet, or maybe you want to hold off on it for now, you can still join the free 3-day experience inside of the Star Marketing Club, where I'm going to show you how to live stream like a star or live stream like a pro. Okay. So this is going to be happening next week. So you can sign up here to join the free club, the marketing club, to do that. And then down here is how you'll sign up for the workshop. So Launch Like a Star workshop already happened. A couple of you guys were there and it was amazing. So that's for launching products, launching services, launching anything. I teach you how to do that. So this one we already did. You guys can grab that for $47 if you want to own that. But Livestream Like a Star is the one that we'll be doing next week. All right. It's either going to be at 1 p.m. Pacific or 6 p.m. Pacific, depending on what I think would work better, and based on you guys as well. So here's how you would sign up. You're just going to click buy now and you're going to get the workshop. So if you get this now, I'll know that you're buying it for this specific workshop, Livestream Like a Star. All right. And if you want to get all four, which the other two are storytelling like a star, like how to use story to build your brand and grow your brand, and how to operate business like a star. All of these things were born out of a need because I noticed there were some things missing on how to operate your business, how to do storytelling, all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to make sure that I show you guys how to do this so you can show up as your best self in your business, right? You're already really good at what you do, and I want to make you look even better. I want your marketing to reflect how amazing you are at what you do. If you want to have all four of these, you can get the workshop bundle. So instead of it being close to $200, you're getting basically one of the workshops for free. So you'll get all four workshops, all replays. You'll get live coaching and strategy on the calls, as well as having it to take back with you. All right. So again, aditicreative.com/star series. And let me go back to the other one. Okay, so that's where you're going to go. aditicreative.com/star series for next Thursday. All right, so again, if you invest in one workshop, you will get, oops, this is wrong. So it'll only include one of these. It'll include Livestream Like a Star for one workshop. But if you invest in all four, you'll get all four of these workshops, Storytelling Like a Star, etc. All right, and if you guys sign up in the next 24 hours, I'm even going to throw in a free month of Marketing Superstars. So some of you guys are in Marketing Superstars. You can give a shout out to tell people how you're enjoying that. And this is a $39 bonus. I do weekly office hours thread in this group. I do a monthly coaching call. We have master classes and guest experts. So not only are you going to have the workshop, you're also going to have the support to help you implement what you're learning, because you can have kind of a marketing strategist on call every single week to ask whatever questions you have. And people have found this really helpful because they maybe, you have a quick question to ask, but maybe you're not working with a coach right now, or you can't afford it right now, or whatever it may be. So Marketing Superstars is $39 a month. You can cancel anytime. And for the first 3 people, you will get 1 month free to join. Okay. All right, now let's get into questions and let's get into your profiles. Awesome. Regina said the Superstars group is phenomenal. Yay. All right, so let's get into the first profile. So again, ask your questions. If you guys have more live stream questions that are coming up as I'm doing this, you can ask them below, ask them in the chat box or in the Facebook comments. All right. So let's look at Regina's website. All right. So here's Regina's Facebook profile, her business. So this is your personal page, yeah? So how about your business page as well? So your personal profile, this is good too. It's always good to have this. So I like that you're working at your business page. That's perfect. Love that you have the intro here. If you do a certain live stream show, like a certain time every day, a certain week every day, you can add that here too. Like, this show every Thursday, tune in here, like wherever you can tune. And then I can see you wrote about your broadcast. Awesome. And, it's always good to have people following you because they will get a notification when you go live if you're going live from your personal page. Cool. So, and then you have this up here. You have a cover photo. Cool. So I think this is for something else. And then you have this. Okay, cool. For your profile, in general, I know you're having this right now for your promotion, so that's fine. But in general, you want to have like a closer up headshot so people can see that. Also, when you're joining other people's live broadcasts. All right, let's look at your business page. If you guys want to drop your link, feel free to add it in the chat box so I can look at it. All right, financial empowerment. Cool. And then this is outside of live stream, but you can also put like a link for your freebie or say, you know, grab this. Or you can, you know, for your live stream channel, you can say, you know, live stream, like whatever your show is, like Financial Empowerment TV every Tuesday on this Facebook page or something like that. You know, make sure to follow so you get the notifications. Cool. So you have your website here. So that website's not working, so you probably want to check into that one. One thing you can do is you can even put a pinned post up here. But yeah, I'm glad you have a headshot photo here because that's super, super important. All right. Cool. And like making sure you fill in the details here. And then if you have a videos tab, all your videos can pop up here. Perfect. And another thing you can do, you guys, if you're going live from your personal profile here, because you have more friends and followers, what you can do is save your video and then upload it to your business page. So that's one great thing you can do. Now, if you don't know how to save your live stream video, I can show you guys how to do it. Yeah, go check your links. Ed said, so glad you checked the links. Link and profile tend to be forgotten. So that's a great reminder to go check our profiles. Yes, everyone go check your profile after this. Repurposing is huge. So you guys can see, like, for example, I'm teaching this class. So I have this as my cover photo right now. And it draws people into what you're up to and what you're sharing. And then you guys see this live stream happening right now. And then let me go to my videos. And if you guys didn't catch my Forbes article, you can always see it right here. 5 techniques top leaders use to close sales in the digital age, because this will also help you with thinking about sales in general for your business, for your live stream, etc. And the link is here. Okay. But where are the videos, you guys? Where are the videos? Let's see, press more videos. So let's see if my live videos show up here. Are these the other videos? Your videos. Okay, perfect. So here's a live stream video I just did the other day. Let me make sure the sound is off. Okay. So sometimes it's different. So let's see how it shows up today. Okay, perfect. So you guys can see right here, I opened the video, it says download video. So this is how you would download it, save it to your computer, and then you can upload it to YouTube. So the great thing is if you're going live on your profile initially, because you know that's where you have a lot of friends and connections, you can start there, then you can download the video, add it to your YouTube channel, add it to your blog. You can do so many great things with it, all right? So don't feel like it goes to waste or anything like that, because you can do it in different ways. If this isn't showing up for you, just click around because you'll find it somewhere. Sometimes it's like down here in options or something like that, but typically you will find the download video option, okay? Cool. So let's see. Yes, it is an awesome, awesome tool. You are so welcome. So do you guys have more live stream questions? Anything you want to know? Anything you want to talk about? Remember, next week is a workshop. So next week we'll get into, you know, monetizing your live stream and doing all that kind of great stuff, and talking more in depth about the content and coming up with great titles, all of that good stuff. We're going to do that in our live stream like a star workshop next week. And again, the link for that is aditicreative.com. I'll put it in this comment too. Star series to sign up for the workshop. And if you first 3 people who sign up in these next 24 hours, you will get 1 month free to Marketing Superstars included as well. What time are we doing the scope train on Monday? You know what? I would love to see how many people are interested in doing a scope train, and then we will hop onto it. So I'm not sure which day we're going to do it yet. Probably Tuesday, I think, rather than Monday, and we'll dive into that. All right, so what I would love for you guys to do is hop into the Star Marketing Club and post your favorite takeaway from today, something you learned, something you loved, something you liked. Anything you'd like, tell us how you enjoyed this class. I was super excited to do this class because I'm excited for more of you guys to start using live streaming as a marketing tool in your business because it's free and it works. And it's a beautiful way for people to really get to know you, see the face behind the business. I know it can be super easy to kind of, be behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff, but people love to see the leadership behind the company. So come out in front and let people see who you are and see your passion and your why for your business and how you can help people with whatever your product or service is. I'm excited for you guys to start using live stream more, and let's dive in next week. Again, the free 3-day experience for live streaming starts on Monday. So go ahead to catch that. And one more question: how do you attach your landing pages to your WordPress website? So there's multiple ways to do this. 1, you can build your landing page right on your website. 2, if you're building it on a third-party software, what you're going to have to do is create a redirect link. So for example, aditticreative.com/book will go to a special link that I wanted to go to, right? But if you want it to be exactly hosted on your site, you can use different tools. Like one tool that I use is Entreport, and in Entreport, it allows you to kind of have the website link within it. So let me show you guys for mine what that looks like, because that is an upgraded feature, so you'd have to upgrade to that level where you're able to do that. So you guys can see aditticreative.com/star series is right on my website. So this is through Entreport. All right. Otherwise, you're going to just have to do a redirect, which is fine as well. You can absolutely do a redirect. I think I have an redirect for Periscope Payday. So if you go to periscopepayday.com, yep, it goes to a whole nother link. So it's not hosted on there. All right. If you guys are interested in Periscope, since I just pulled that up, I have a whole training on how to use Periscope, all of that on here too. So you guys can feel free to grab that, because Periscope was really where I started and I love, and we get really deep into the training here. So you can go to that as well. All right, so hopefully I answered all your questions. Again, I would love if you hop into the Star Marketing Club and let us know, let everyone know what you loved about this training so that more people can also catch the free training. Afterwards, this replay will be available for everyone to watch. So let us know inside the group what you learned today, or your favorite takeaway, or why this class was awesome. All right, if there are no more questions, I'm gonna hop off. I'll wait for a second to see if you guys have anything that you want to say, or let me know. But I look forward to seeing your post inside of the Star Marketing Club. You guys can make a brand new post, all right? You don't have to comment. So I will see you guys there. All right. I love you guys so much. More to come. Lots more.